graduated high school. But that couldn't happen because of the pandemic. We just want to let you know that there are individual masks in the lobby if anyone would like one. Maya began her dance journey at the age of 6 under the tutelage of Srimati Bindya Sabarinath. She has trained for this day with her guru, Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan. She has also learned Carnatic music as well as the violin. Maya has always excelled in school and in sports, having played squash for her school. She will now be a junior at the University of Connecticut in their STEM Scholars Honors Program. Over the past several months, she has worked very hard training for today's performance, while also finishing an e-course and research for college. She is a very focused, kind, caring, and respectful young lady who has a great sense of humor. Geet and I couldn't be more proud of her. The motivation for everything Maya does is from her grandmother, Mrs. Rukmani Devarajan, whom she is very close to and FaceTimes at least once a day. We are very thankful to have Mom here today to bestow her blessings on Maya. We know that Maya's grandfather, Dr. Odikadu Devarajan, is always watching over Maya from above and is also bestowing his blessings on her today. The MC for today will be Maya's cousin, Dr. Kavita Vijayashekhar, who also did her Arangetram in 2007 with Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan. Kavita is also a very talented singer and is currently in a fellowship program in gastroenterology after completing her residency at Elmhurst Hospital in New York City. We are very delighted that Kavita was able to take time off this weekend to preside as our MC. Once again, welcome everyone. At this time, I'd like to invite Kavi to the podium.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you, Ravi Mama. Namaskaram. Before we begin, I would like to make a few announcements. We ask that you please silence your cell phones. Please refrain from flash photography. We would like for doors to remain closed during the performance. However, if you need to exit the auditorium, please try to do so in between numbers. Please no emergency exits located on either side of the auditorium. We thank you for your cooperation. It is my honor and pleasure to serve as the Master of Ceremony for this evening's event, Maya's Arangetram. To her cousins, she is known as the Mayan. To her aunts and uncles, she is the beloved Mayama. My name is Kavita Devi Vijayashekhar, and I am not only Maya's cousin, but also an Arangetram alumnus and a proud disciple of Srimati Guru Kausalya Srinivasan. Like all other traditions and beliefs, dance in India has a mythological beginning, and I would like to share that with you today. Centuries ago, when the world was steeped in anger and desire, pleasure and pain, the people went to Brahma, the creator, to seek an end to this misery. It is said that Brahma created a new scripture, taking the elements of the 4 scriptures or Vedas. He took speech from the Rig Veda, expression from the Yajur Veda, music from the Sama Veda, and aesthetic experiences from the Atharvana Veda, and created an audio-visual Veda which could be understood by all, and he called it the Natya Veda. He revealed it to sage Bharata, who created drama based on it. Bharata Muni took this to the dancing couple Shiva and Parvati and learned dance movements, and thus dance drama was created. Bharata Muni codified this divine art and gave the world the oldest and most exhaustive text on drama called Natya Shastra. All the classical dances of India have their roots in this text. And so, dance was not created to be merely a form of entertainment, but it has the power to create an atmosphere of peace and harmony if performed with sincerity. Bharatanatyam is a dance form from South India that is said to be more than 2,000 years old. The name Bharatanatyam comes from the combination of 3 syllables, bha, ra, ta. Bha stands for bhava or expression, ra for raga or melody, ta for talam or rhythm. The name may also be attributed to the great sage Bharata. Due to the origin of Bharatanatyam in temples, you will find that most songs are devotional in nature. Presently, however, pieces which are secular in nature have become part of the dance repertoire. Bharatanatyam combines the elements of natya or drama, nritya or pure dance, and nritta or expression. It takes a dancer several years of intense training and practice before reaching a certain level of proficiency. It is the guru or teacher who decides when the student is ready to be presented on stage. Once the student is ready, the guru prepares them for the Arangetram. This Tamil word is a combination of arangam, which means stage, and etram, which means to ascend. At the Arangetram, the students and the teacher display their talent and proficiency for the first time before an august audience such as you. Today, Guru Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan presents the Arangetram of her young student, Maya Devi Ravi. She seeks your good wishes, blessings, and encouragement. Maya will commence the program with the Anjali, an invocatory piece which literally means an offering through the idiom of dance. This piece also invokes the blessings of Lord Ganesha, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, and Lord Muruga, along with goddesses Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Parvati. The Anjali is set in Ragam Hamsadwani and Talam Adi. After invoking the blessings from all these gods and goddesses, Maya will continue with Prabho Ganapate, a famous bhajan sampradaya piece in Tamil by Saint Agastya in praise of Lord Ganesha. Here, the dancer prays to the elephant-headed god to bless her with a more fulfilling and holistic life. She goes on to question why anyone would have to search elsewhere when the Lord is always within one's heart. The dancer bows totally to Lord Ganesha through music and dance, as he is the son of goddess Parvati. Through Nama Bhajan, or chanting, singing, and dancing the Lord's name, the bhakta or dancer is sure to receive all the blessings from Lord Ganesha as he blesses his devotee who falls at his feet. Prabho Ganapate is set in Ragam Tilang and Talam Adi. This opening item will be preceded by a prayer by the orchestra. Thank you.
Jaya Soda Purivasa Jaya Soda Purivasa Jaya Magana Zavesha Jaya Soda Purivasa Jaya Magana Zavesha Jaya Gaja Samha Jaya Kriti कृत्तिवासेश्वरर्ग जय मङ्गलम् श्रीकृत्तिवासेश्वरर्ग जय मङ्गलम् श्रीबालापुरं विजयग श्रीबालापुरं विजयग श्रीबालापुरं विजयग शुभमङ्गलम् पञ्चब्रह्मतीर्थः सद्व्यरीत्य मङ्गलं पञ्चब्रह्महरिरः सद्व्यनीत्य मङ्गलं भक्तस्वामी नारायण भक्तस्वामी नारायण भक्तस्वामी नारायण कृपजयनित्य मङ्गलं श्रीकृत्तिवासेश्वरर्ग जय मङ्गलम् दीं दीं ततक तकत दीं ततक तोम ततक तकत तोम ततक दीं ततक तकत दीं ततक तोम ततक तकत तोम ततक दीं ततक तकत दीं ततक तोम ततक तकत तोम ततक दीं ततक तकत दीं ततक तोम ततक तकत तोम ततक दीं ततक तकत दीं ततक jam jam ta jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam jam ta jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam jam ta jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam tarigida daga jam jam ta 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 takkinna dekkinna tokkinna namkinna takkinna dekkinna dokkina namkinna datton tagadonta takkinna dekkinna dokkina namkinna datton tagadonta takkinna dekkinna tokkina namkinna datton tagadonta datton tagadonta datton tagadonta गणपतये नमः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே 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 प्रभो गणपते 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 சாய்ந்து வணங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சன்னதி சரணடைந்தோமே 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 சாந்த சித்த சௌபாகியம் யாவையும் தந்தருள் சத்குரு நீயே சாந்த சித்த சௌபாகியம் யாவையும் தந்தருள் சத்குரு நீயே பிரபோ கணபதே परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते 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 आदिमूल गणनाद गजानन अद्भुत कमल स्वरूप आदिमूल गणनाद गजानन अद्भुत कमल स्वरूप देव देव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय परशिवरी देव देव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय परशिवरी प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாயே प्रभो गणपते गणपते தேடி தேடி எங்கோ ஓடுகின்றார் உன்னை
விளங்கும் பெருமானே கோடி கோடி மத யானைகள் பணி செய்ய குன்றென விளங்கும் பெருமானே பிரபோ பரிபூரண வாழ்வருள்வாய் பிரபோ கணபதி கணபதி वैराग्य विसार सार स्वर रागलय नटन ज्ञान वैराग्य विसार सार स्वर रागलय नटन नाम भजन गुण कीर्तन नायक जय जगन्नाथ नाम भजन गुण कीर्तन नायक जय जगन्नाथ प्रभो परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாய் प्रभो गणपते गणपते पार्वती बालग पार बारवर परम भागव भवदरणा पार्वती बालग पार बारवर परम भागव भवदरणा भक्त जन सुमुख प्रणव विनायक पवन परिमल चरणा भक्त जन सुमुख प्रणव विनायक पवन परिमल चरणा प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण வாழ்வருள்வாய் प्रभो गणपते 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 गणपते
The next piece is on Lord Muruga. Muruga is enshrined in 6 temples: Parani, Swami Malay, Parambudir Chole, Tiruparankuntram, Tiruchendur, and Tirutani. Maya will present Sringara Velavane, which praises Lord Muruga's wisdom and valor by depicting 2 stories. In Swami Malay, we are blessed with Lord Muruga as the teacher. Because Lord Brahma, the creator, did not know the meaning of the Pranava mantra Om, Muruga locks him up. When his father, Lord Shiva, asks him why he had confined Brahma, Muruga tells him it is because of his lack of knowledge of the mantra Om. As Shiva too did not know the meaning of this mantra, Muruga teaches Shiva the meaning of this primordial sound Om. Thus, Lord Muruga, as the teacher, is enshrined in the great temple at Swami Malay. In Tiruchendur, Lord Muruga heads the Deva clan and confronts the demon Surapadma. He obtains his weapon, the veil or spear, from his mother, the goddess Parvati, and defeats Surapadma, bringing victory to the Deva clan. He displays the rooster on his flag and rides on the peacock as his vehicle. This kirtanam will be preceded by a virutam and concluded with a kavadi movement. Traditionally, people take a vow to bear the kavadi as they pray to this special deity to fulfill their wishes and prayers. Sringara Velavane is composed by Swami Shantananda Saraswati and is set to Raga Tilang and Talam Adi. Thank you.
முருகனே கருணா
And now, the Varnam, which means color. But first, we have a special presentation on the Hindu epic Ramayana, which is the subject of our next dance.
The Ramayana is an ancient Indian epic written by many poets like Valmiki, Kamben, and Tulsidas, to name a few, sometime in the 5th century BCE. It takes place in India and Sri Lanka, primarily in the city of Ayodhya in the kingdom of Kosala, which is present-day Uttar Pradesh. The word Ramayana means Rama's journey in search of human values. It is about Prince Rama's odyssey to rescue his wife Sita from the evil Ravana with the aid of his brother Lakshmana and Hanuman, a loyal devotee and the monkey god of wind. Hanuman is also considered the living embodiment of the Karma Yogi, which is one whose meditation and devotion are shown through service and hard work. Ravana is the evil demon king of the island Lanka and the main antagonist of the epic. Although a demon, he is Lord Shiva's most faithful devotee and gets his powers through his devotion and prayers. Prince Rama is the 7th of Lord Vishnu's 10 avatars. Vishnu is one of the 3 main Hindu deities, the first being Brahma, the creator, the second being Vishnu, the preserver and protector, and the third being Shiva, the destroyer. The Ramayana is divided into 7 cantos or books that deal with the major events in Lord Rama's life in chronological order. They are Bala Kandam, birth of Rama, Ayodhya Kandam, childhood, Aranya Kandam, his time in the forest, Kishkinda Kandam, book of the monkey kingdom, Sundara Kandam, entry of Hanuman, Yuddha Kandam, war with Ravana, and Uttar Kandam, birth of Lavakusha, sons of Rama. In the next piece, Bhavayami Raghuramam, Maya will be depicting some of the stories in the Ramayana, as well as the Hanuman Chalisa by Tulsidas. In the first and second story, King Dasaratha, the prominent one from the Surya Vamsa or solar dynasty, had the virtues and qualities of his ancestors. He had one regret, that he had no son. So he performs the yagna or sacrifice. The Devas were pleased and gave him kheer, a drink to give to his 3 wives, Kausalya, Kaigeyi, and Sumitra. Kausalya gives birth to Rama, Kaigeyi to Bharata, and Sumitra to the twins Lakshmana and Shatrughna, respectively. In the third story, Rama grows into a valiant young boy. When sage Vishwamitra was performing his Vedic rituals, the demon Subahu was disturbing and destroying the holy activity by throwing stones, bones, and showering blood on the sacrificial fire. To protect the sacrifice, sage Vishwamitra requests King Dasaratha to send his two sons, Rama and Lakshmana, to go to the forest with him to kill the demon Subahu and to protect the ritual and bless the sages, and Rama does so. In the fourth story, sage Gautama curses his wife Ahalya to be turned into stone and unseen by anyone because of her association with Lord Indra. This was to last until Lord Rama's feet touched the stone. When Rama does this, the curse is lifted and Ahalya's previous form returns in front of Rama. In the fifth story, King Janaka arranges for a Swayamvar, or bow sacrifice, to occur. Kings from all over took part to break the bow and win Sita's hand in marriage. The bow, which was Lord Shiva's celestial bow, was massive to lift, and many tried in vain to lift it. Ravana was one amongst the many kings who took part but failed. Rama came and effortlessly broke the bow into two in the middle, and he won Sita's heart, and the Sita-Rama Kalyanam, or marriage, takes place with blessings from the Devas, Gurus, and elders. This is the Sita Swayamvar, followed by Sita Kalyana. Sage Parashurama, or of Bruhu dynasty, was arrogant as he had a powerful weapon given to him by his father from Lord Vishnu. His anger was uncontrollable. Lord Rama teaches him humility by taking away his bow and hence his powers. Rama's coronation celebration starts with excitement and enthusiasm. However, Manthara, the hunchback companion of Queen Kaikeyi, poisons the queen's mind, saying that if Rama becomes the king, his mother, Queen Kausalya, will get all the attention and Kaikeyi will be like a slave to her. Manthara reminds Kaikeyi of the two boons King Dasaratha had promised her long ago. Manthara encourages Queen Kaikeyi to ask that Rama first be banished to the forest for 14 years, and second, that her son Bharata be made the king of Ayodhya. She gets her promises fulfilled, and Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana leave for the forest after getting the blessings of King Dasaratha, Kaikeyi, and all other elders. Guha, the ferryman, washes the feet of Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana with the waters from the river Ganga, and also helps them to cross the river. Rama embraces Guha and tells him that he is also a brother, showing that Rama relates to the common man in spite of his royalty. Bharata, after performing the last rites for King Dasaratha, who died of grief, comes in search of Rama. Upon finding him with magic locks, very different from his royal attire, he runs and falls at Rama's feet. He informs Rama of their father's death, and Rama and Lakshmana offer libations for the peace of the departed soul. Bharata implores Rama to return to Ayodhya, but Rama refuses and keeps the promise he made to his father. Bharata requests Rama's padukas, or wooden sandals, to place on the throne until Rama returns to rule Ayodhya. This shows the trust and respect between the brothers. Paduka Pattabhishekam. Rama, during his time in the forest, slays the demon Virada and meets the sage Agastya and takes the divine weapons to kill demons and other troublesome elements. And as advised by sage Agastya, Rama and Lakshmana reach Panchavati, a peaceful dwelling place among the hermitage of rishis and sages. On the way, they meet Jatayu, the king of eagles. Jatayu had witnessed Ravana kidnapping Sita and tried to save her, but in the end, Ravana cut off the bird's wings. Before he dies, Jatayu informs Rama of what he saw. Rama performs last rites and cremates Jatayu, showing his compassion even towards birds, not just human beings. Karunya Guna. Surpanaka, Ravana's sister, is attracted to Rama and tells him she wants to marry him. Rama tells Surpanaka that he's already married and shows Sita. He also suggests that she approach his brother Lakshmana. Both Rama and Lakshmana did not take Surpanaka seriously, which angered and humiliated her. She decides to kill Sita in front of them, but Lakshmana, with all his anger, cuts off Surpanaka's nose. Crying with pain, Surpanaka runs to Ravana with her disfigured face. Ravana decides to take revenge by abducting Sita. Ravana approaches Maricha, the son of Tataka, who could assume any form. Disguised as a golden deer, Maricha went to Sita's cottage to lure her away. Sita was awestruck by the beauty of the golden deer and pleads to Rama to get it for her. Rama tries to do so, but when he cannot catch the deer, he kills it. When Maricha was about to die, he cries out in Rama's voice, "Ah Sita, ah Lakshmana." Sita pleads with Lakshmana to go find Rama. Though reluctant, he agrees, but first draws a line in front of their hut and tells Sita not to cross it under any circumstance. He then goes in search of Rama. In the meantime, Ravana disguises himself as a beggar and approaches Sita, begging for alms. Sita, seeing a holy man, brought him food, and Ravana tricks her into crossing the line to give him the food and abducts her when she does so. Vali, the monkey king of Kishkinda, and his younger brother Sugriva fight over the kingdom. Fearing Vali, Sugriva lived in a hill and sends his trusted friend Hanuman to learn about Rama and Lakshmana. Sugriva and Rama become friends and Rama kills Vali. Sugriva sends his Vanarasena group of monkeys led by Hanuman in search of Sita. Rama sends with Hanuman his signet ring to give to her. Hanuman overcomes many obstacles and crosses the sea to reach Lanka. He spots Sita in the beautiful garden of Ashokavana. He gives Rama's ring to Sita, which fills her with joy. In return, she gives Hanuman the Chudamani, the crest jewel from her hair. Hanuman respectfully takes it and leaves to give it to Rama. This is the famous Chudamani Pradhanam. At this point in the dance, the Hanuman Chalisa verses have been fitted appropriately in praise of Hanuman to bring about good health and peace to the world. Next, Vibhishana. Ravana's honorable and righteous brother advises Ravana to return Sita back to Rama. He asks Ravana to seek Rama's pardon and to protect the Lanka kingdom. Ravana is not willing to accept his mistake, so Vibhishana makes his way into Rama's camp and surrenders totally at Rama's feet. Vibhishana Sharanakathi. Rama prays to Varuna, the god of oceans, for passage to cross the sea and reach Lanka. Varuna helps along with the monkeys, who enthusiastically built a bridge for Rama and Lakshmana to reach Lanka. After the construction of the bridge, the monkeys start attacking the fortress of Ravana. The monkeys kill many of Ravana's generals. Finally, Ravana himself comes to the battlefield. A fierce battle takes place between Rama and Ravana. One by one, Rama cuts off each of Ravana's 10 heads, all in vain as each keep growing back. Finally, Rama takes his Brahmastra and shoots it at Ravana, who finally falls dead. This is Rama-Ravana Yudham. Sita goes through the fire ordeal in a big fire lit by Lakshmana. Agni, the fire god, lifts Sita from the flames unharmed. She then stands spotless and pure in front of Rama. Rama and Sita take the heavenly throne while the whole of Ayodhya celebrates with festivities, colors, dance, music, and decorations, with Vedic hymns chanted. Sages were overjoyed. Sage Vashishta crowns Rama and Sita with a tilak on Rama's forehead. The coronation shall bring delight to the whole human race. Sire Irandaval Atram.
The Varnam is the centerpiece for this evening's recital, and it is a Tana Varnam. Bhavayami Raghuramam was composed by Maharaja Swati Tirunal. The temple Ananta Padmanabha Swami is located in Tiruvananthapuram and is one of the 108 Vaishnavite shrines. The Alvars, who were the Tamil poet saints of South India, were devoted to the Hindu god Vishnu and have sung pasurams called Nalayira Divya Prabandham, or songs of praise on this Divya Desams or Vaishnavite shrines. It is one of the richest temples in the world. The god Padmanabha is in the reclining posture. The sanctum in this temple has 3 doors. Through one door, you see the face and beautiful eyes of the reclining Lord. The middle door is for his nabi, or the navel, and hence he is called Padmanabhi, or nabi on top of a lotus. And the third door leads to his feet. The devotees receive darshan through these 3 doors. It is significant that 2 days in a year, even the local airport runways were shut down, at least until 2018, so that the Lord can be carried to the water for a ritual bath at the seashore. The composer has envisioned Lord Padmanabha, the presiding deity of Thiruvananthapuram, as Sri Rama, and then continues to compose the song in Ragamalika and Rupakatalam in the Sanskrit language. The dancer meditates on Lord Rama, who possesses many virtuous qualities. The eyes of Lord Rama are described as the Panga Dila Lasitam, that is, the corners of his eyes shower the people with grace, his karaksham. When we think about this great epic, we must acknowledge the greatness of Sita with the famous lines in Tamil, Sire Irundaval Etram. Even after being abducted by Ravana, she did not jeopardize her chastity and maintained her honor and good character. The many episodes from the great epic Ramayana will be depicted in this Varnam through Bhava, Raga, and Tala. The beautiful swarams are written in Ragamalika, that is to say, in different ragas, including Saveri, Natakurinji, Danyasi, Mohanam, Mukhari, Purvi Kalyani, and Madhyamavati. We present the Vardam Bhavayami Raghuramam in Ragamalika and Rupakatalam. Enjoy.
nak jam ta jam ta rita rita kinna tak nak jam ta jam ta rita rita kinna tak nak jam ta jam tar tar takena takana jam jam tar tar takena takana jam jam tar tar takena takana jam jam tar takita tum tar takita tum tar takadita pradakadari tum tar takita tum tar takita tum tar takadita pradakadari tum tar takita tum tar takita tum tar takadita pradakadari tum
सहित सीता सौमित्रं शान्ततमशीलं सहित सीता सौमित्रं शान्ततमशीलं गुगनिलयगतं Kanaka
सुधा वर्णौ रघुवर विमल यश जोदायक फलचार बुद्धिहीन तन जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार फल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विहार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिकुलोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वर्ण विराज सुवेश कानन कुंडल कुंचित केश हाथ ध्वजा विराजे कांचे मूंज जने गुर साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन हसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंह दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई सहस्र वदन तुम रोयस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीश नारद शारद सहित अकेश यम कुबेर दिक्पाल कहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन बल पालो लील्यो दाहि मधुर फल जानो प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि चलति लांघि गए असरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोग आंकते गावे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब वीर जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीर संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे
Ga
What a spectacular performance. How about another round of applause for Maya? I hope you all enjoyed this incredible Varnam as much as me and the other selections in the first half of our program. Thank you for your attention, and we now invite you to enjoy refreshments during a brief intermission. We ask that everyone return to their seats in about 20 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, he put it back on.
If everyone could please be seated, we are about to start the second half shortly. I hope you all were able to enjoy some of the delicious refreshments. Welcome back to the second half of our program. We start the second half with Adi Parashakti. This song depicts the glory of the goddess enshrined in Male Maruvattur, near Chennai. This temple is dear to our family, especially to my Aunt Geeta, who is an ardent devotee of Male Maruvattur Amman. We are very pleased to include this selection for Maya's performance. The dancer wears red, as do many who visit this temple. The color red represents equality, as the blood that runs in all our veins is also red. The color red also depicts the energy of the chakras and is the color of the Mooladhara, which reduces our insecurities. She is the only goddess who is called Amma, as she is the mother who protects everyone. O Goddess Devi, the light of the mantra Om, we pray to you as you hold your trident to bestow good health and success to all your people. Devotees have direct access to this deity as they have the right to touch the goddess without relying entirely on a priest. This temple has its own specifications and is overseen by the Male Maruvattur Trust. Adi Parashakti in Ragam Hamza Nandi and Talam Adi. Thank you.
Shakti Om Parashakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Parashakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Parashakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Parashakti பராசக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் 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 பராசக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி
தர்த்தனதா தண்ணத்த ஜுன்னுதா ஜுன்னுத்த திம்மிதா திம்மித்த கிட்டதா 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 தர்த்தனதா தண்ணத்த ஜுன்னுதா ஜுன்னுத்த திம்மிதா திம்மித்த கிட்டதா
ஆதி பராசக்தி மேல்மருவத்தூரில் அருளை வழங்கி வரும் அம்பிகையே. ஆதி பராசக்தி மேல்மருவத்தூரில் அருளை வழங்கி வரும் அம்பிகையே. செந்நிற உடையோடு சிந்தையில் தெளிவோடு செந்நிற உடையோடு சிந்தையில் தெளிவோடு தேவியை தொழுதாலே புன்பொருள் கூடும். செந்நிற உடையோடு சிந்தையில் தெளிவோடு தேவியை தொழுதாலே பொன்பொருள் கூடும். சூலம் கையில் கொண்ட தாயின் பேய் சூலம் கையில் கொண்ட தாயின் பேய் சொல்லுங்கள் அருள் அற்புதமே சூலம் கையின் அருள் அற்புதமே. ஆதி பராசக்தி மேல்மருவத்தூர் அருளை வழங்கி வரும் அம்பிகையே. உலகுக்கும் உயிர்களுக்கும் ஒரு தாய் அவள் தானே. உலகுக்கும் உயிர்களுக்கும் ஒரு தாய் முடி அலங்காரம் காண்பது எந்த நாளும் புண்ணியமே. தாயிடம் தயங்காமல் உள்ளதை கூறுங்கள்.
Next, we have Srinivasa Thiruvenkatamudayan in praise of the Lord who sits atop the 7 hills at Tirupati. The dancer describes him as the Mayavan because he delivers miracles to his devotees. People who cannot walk, who cannot see or speak, make the arduous journey to visit the Lord and are cured of their ailments. People visit this temple in thousands daily to receive the darshan of this powerful deity. With their body, they do Anga Pradakshinam. The dance also depicts Jagannatha, the deity located in Puri in the state of Odisha, in the eastern part of India. The Puri Jagannath festival is popular in the region. Maya depicts the story of a king who wanted to construct a temple with the wood that he had envisioned in his dream for Lord Jagannatha. He had seen it floating in the river. He sends his people to find the wood and build a temple using it. However, they are not able to sculpt anything with the wood as it continually breaks into pieces. Along comes Lord Vishnu in the guise of a carpenter, Vishwakarma, who vows to finish the temple in 21 days on the condition that he not be disturbed and that no one enters his workplace. As the queen was impatient and opened the door before the 21 days, the sculptures inside the temple remain unfinished, some with no hands or feet. This song teaches us that Angahinam, or disability, will not diminish one's importance or worth. The deity itself appears disabled. The king realizes that all living things, though disabled, need to be revered and celebrated. He declared that the devotees from around the world who will visit this temple built by the Lord himself. As our grandmother, Mrs. Rukmani Devarajan's family fled from Burma, now known as Myanmar, into India in 1942, the Puri Jagannath Temple was the very first temple they had encountered. How fortuitous that we have included this selection for Maya to perform tonight. We are pleased to present Srinivasa Thiruvenkatamudayan in Ragam Hamzanandi and Talam Adi. Thank you.
श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया जय गोविंद मुकुंद नंद श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया जय गोविंद मुकुंद नंद श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया जय गोविंद मुकुंद अनंत श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया जय गोविंद मुकुंद अनंत श्रीनिवास दीन शरण्य येनु पेयर कोंड दीन என்னை போல் வேறவர் கண்ட दीन शरण्य येनु பெயர் கொண்ட दीन என்னை போல் வேறவர் கண்ட श्रीनिवास तिरुवेंकटमुडैया जय गोविंद मुकुंद अनंत श्रीनिवास ஜகன்புகழும் ஏழுமலை மாயவனே திருமகள் அலர்மே மங்கை மணாலனே ஜகன்புகழும் ஏழுமலை மாயவனே
Next, we would like to introduce Maya's guru and the members of our wonderful orchestra. We have been hearing the crisp, taut, and clear Natavangam of Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan, a student of Padma Shri Chitra Vishveshwaran. She is an accomplished dancer herself and has performed at many prestigious organizations in India and abroad. A postgraduate in Vaishnavism from Madras University, Srimati Kausalya runs her own dance studio, Sunartaka, in Chennai. Apart from being a Fulbright Fellow, she has been awarded the title of Bharatanatyam in veneration of Tamil Sangams of North America and the Tamil Sangam Federation. Her other awards include the title of Natya Mamani by the Penang government and the Fine Arts of Malaysia. The Art for All initiative, which she has started through her Sunartaka Trust, takes this classical dance form into the indigenous community Irulars and spreads inclusivity in Bharatanatyam. As she is a visiting professor in Bridgewater College in Massachusetts, she shares her creative genius not only in her motherland, but across the ocean in the United States. Now on to our orchestra. Our vocalist today is Sri Srijit Krishnan. Srijit started learning Carnatic music at the age of 7 from his grandmother, Srimati Lakshmi Tangama. After moving to Pondicherry, he pursued music lessons under Srimati Shanti Gopalakrishnan, student of Sri D. Jayaraman. After a short stint learning under Sri D. Govindarajan, principal of Music College in Pondicherry, he was fortunate to learn under the guidance of Sri T. R. Rajaram, son of the legendary Mridangam maestro Sri Palgat Mani Iyer. Srijit has been learning under Sri Rajaram for the past 12 years and has accompanied him and his son Sri Palgat Ram Prasad in various concerts. Srijit has also given concerts in the Minneapolis, Madison, and Chicago areas. He has participated in various reality shows in Tamil and was a winner of the TV series Ragamalika. He has also had multiple performances as the lead singer in the Quarantine for Reality series. Shri is an IT director who resides in Bloomington, Illinois. Our female vocalist this evening is Connecticut's beloved Srimati Bhuma Nambirajan. She has been living with her family in Connecticut for the past 25 years. She learned music from Nellai Sri Meenakshi Sundara Bhagavatar in Tirunelveli. She feels blessed to have gotten the opportunity to learn from Srimati Vedavalli. She has sung for many Arangetrams and dance performances, including my own, in and around Connecticut, and has been teaching the art for many years. Our mridangist this evening is Sri Sriram N. Iyer. Sriram is a versatile artist and collaborative world musician specializing in the classical South Indian instruments, the mridangam, the barrel drum, and the kanjira, the frame drum. Sriram started training on the mridangam at the age of 9 under the veteran guru Sri K. V. Maniappan of the Nalanda School of Dance in Mumbai, India. Sriram has an advanced training from the late maestro Sangeeta Kalanidhi Padma Shri Palgad Raghu. He is presently under the able tutelage and guidance of Kalai Mamani Shri Tanjavur Muruga Bhupati. Sriram regularly accompanies renowned artists in India during the December music season in Chennai, in the US, and has performed at several prestigious venues across the continental US. Some of the renowned musicians he has been fortunate to accompany include Sri M. Balamurali Krishna, Sri T.V. Sankara Narayan, Sri N. Ravikaran, Sri Neyvelli Santana Gopalan, Pandit Sri Vishwa Mohan Bhatt, Sri M. Chandrasekhar, the Mysore brothers, Srimati Nirmala Rajashekar, Srimati Mala Chandrasekhar, and Sri J. Jayannath. Sri Ram's style of accompaniment is very adaptive to dance and vocal and instrumental music. He regularly supports US-based dance teachers to help their students perform Arangetrams. Sri Ram has been featured on PBS, Twin Cities Public Television, Wisconsin Public Radio, KFAI-FM Radio, Festivals of Nations, and the State Fair in St. Paul, Minneapolis. Sri Ram is married to a dancer and a resident of Excelsior, Minnesota, and teaches students across the Midwest. He is the secretary of the Indian Music Society of Minnesota, the Twin Cities' most respected and recognized organization promoting Indian classical arts and culture. He is the founder of the Layasaram Institute of Indian Arts, a Twin Cities-based nonprofit organization. Our flutist this evening is Sri Chetan Anand. He is a senior disciple of world-renowned flautist Pandit Ronu Majumdar and Dr. Vikas Kashalkar, esteemed musicologist and vocalist. Chetan has been learning Bansuri in the instrumental Maihar Gharana style since 2007. He has performed at events across the U.S., including Kashinath Bodhas Music Festival in Arizona, Carnatic Hindustani Music Circle in Massachusetts, Sangeeta Natya Academy in Michigan, the South Asian Classical Music Society, and SPICMACAY. He mentors budding artists, offering them a new generational perspective in Hindustani music. Currently, he is studying at the Berklee College of Music in Boston. Our violinist tonight is Sri Pranav Swarup. Pranav has been under the tutelage of Vidwan M.E. Nataraj and Vidwan Lalgudi G.J.R. Krishnan. As a national level prize winner and graded artist of All India Radio, Pranav has performed across the country and abroad and has earned several awards and recognitions such as Karnataka Sangeeta Nritya Academy Fellowship and Maruti Suzuki Colors of Youth, to name a few. Pranav did his master's in music technology at Georgia Tech in Atlanta and currently works in Boston, Massachusetts. He has been performing Carnatic solo concerts and has accompanied many senior artists in addition to playing for Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi performances. On the conch and special effects, we are delighted to have Sanskrit Sriram. Sanskrit has had a Carnatic vocal music training under Sri N. Ravikiran and is a Mridangam student of Kalai Mamani Tanjavur Murugabhupati. Sanskrit is trained in Western classical violin. A participant at the highest level of the Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphony, Sanskrit has traveled to France and Greece with his school and college orchestras, giving him a well-rounded perspective in world music. Sanskrit is a junior at the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota, pursuing a degree in political science and economics. I also wanted to acknowledge my aunt, Kalyani Kedar, whose beautiful lighting and sound effects and overall coordination have made today's events truly spectacular. Moving on to our next piece, Prabhum Prananatham is an ashtakam on Lord Shiva. Ashtakam usually contains 8 verses and describes his qualities. He is the Prananatha, head of Devas, the Lord of the universe, and the husband of Aparna. The jatis for each verse will include various poses depicting the forms and characteristics of Shiva, such as holding the damaru, the drum in his hands, fire in his hands, the manmaru in his hands, opening his third eye, the jata, which describes his hair and the snake around his neck. Finally, Maya depicts the Shiva Lingam, which we all pray to for strength and protection and to attain moksha. Prabhu Prananatham is composed by Sri Adi Shankaracharya in Ragamalika and Talam Khandachapu.
takita tam, takita deep, takita to, takita nam, takita tam, takita deep, takita to, takita nam, takita tam, takita deep, takita to, takita tom tom.
प्रभुं प्राणनाथं विभुं विश्वनाथं जगन्नाथनाथं सदानन्दभाजं भवद्भव्यभूतेश्वरं भूतनाथं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Tam, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tam, takita deep, takita to, takita nam, takita ram, takita deep, takita to, takita nam, takita tam, takita deep, takita to, takita tom tom.
गणेरुण्डमानं तनौ सर्पजालं महाकालकालं गणेशादिपालं जटाचूटगङ्गोतरङ्गै विशेषं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Takita dig, takita tung, takita nang, takita ta, takita di, takita to, takita tam, takita ram, takita di, takita to, takita nam, takita ta, takita di, takita to, takita tom tom.
मुदामाकरं मन्दनं मन्दयन्तं महामण्डलं भस्मभूषाधरन्तम् अनार्यं ह्यवारं महामोहमारं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Takita dig, takita tung, takita nang, takita taka, takita dig, takita tung, takita nang, takita taka, takita, takita tung, takita nang, takita taka, takita dig, takita tung, takita tom tom.
वटाधोनिवासं महातातहासं महापापनाशं सदा सुप्रकाशं गिरीशं गणेशं सुरेशं महेशं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Taka takita dig, takita tung, takita nang, takita taka, takita dig, takita tung, takita nang, takita raka, takita, takita, takita nang, takita taka, takita dig, takita tung, takita tom tom.
गिरीन्द्रात्मजा सङ्गृहीता तदेहं गिरौ संस्थितं सर्वदा पन्नगेहं परब्रह्म ब्रह्मादिभिर्वन्द्यमानं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Tam, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tam, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tam, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tam, takita deep, takita tom, takita tom tom.
कपालं त्रिशूलं कराभं ददानं पराम्भोजनं दायकामं ददानं बलिवर्तयानं सुरानं प्रदानं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुमीशाय वीडे
Tom, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tom, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tom, takita taka, takita deep, takita taka, takita tom, takita deep, takita tom, takita tom tom.
शरच्चन्द्रगात्रं गणानन्दपात्रं अपर्णाकरत्रं सदा सच्चरित्रं अपर्णाकरत्रं सदा सच्चरित्रं शिवं
takita tom, takita tom tom, tom takita taka, takita tom, takita tom tom.
हरं सर्पहारं चिताभूविहारं भवं वेदसारं सदा निर्विकारं श्मशाने वसन्तं मनोजं दहन्तं शिवं शङ्करं शम्भुवेशानमीडे स्वयं यप्रभाते नरस्सूलपाने पटे स्तोत्ररत्नं यः प्रातरत्नं सुपुत्रं सुदानं सुमित्रं कलत्रं विचित्रस्य माराध्य मोक्षं प्रयाति ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
This evening has been shaped by the tireless efforts of many in our family. Of course, the one person who has dreamt of this moment and helped make it a reality for Maya is her mom, Geeta. I am so pleased to invite Geetanti on stage to address you at this time.
Vanakkam. For an event like this to run smoothly and efficiently takes the hard work and effort of many people. Ravi and I are very fortunate to have such people in our lives. I would first like to thank God for making today possible, even with so many challenges along the way. I'd like to thank my mother, Mrs. Rukmani Devarajan, for being here today to shower her blessings on Maya and for being the inspiration for everything Maya does. The many Arangetrams that have taken place in our family would not have been possible without the vision and determination of one person. That is my eldest sister, Bhuvan. Over the past several months, she, along with my other sisters, Jaya and Kalyani, have given so much of the most precious thing anyone can give, their time. They have worked tirelessly at all hours of the day and night to make sure things came together today. Other support from my brother Raj, brother-in-laws Mohan, Vijay, and Kedar, and from Jen have all been invaluable, especially Mohan, who built our podium for today. I'm sorry for the... So a special thank you to my son Nikash for all his help and sacrifices during the last 2 months, helping his sister prepare for this day, and for working to put together the Ramayana video presentation, which you saw earlier. I'd like to thank all our family who have traveled far and wide, from Canada, Indiana, Virginia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Texas, and Ohio to be with us here today. Thank you to my nephew Vikram, who created our Save the Date card, and to my nieces Nitya and Malini, who both have small children but were up all night with us ironing clothes and doing last-minute fixes. They, along with Kavi, have provided invaluable support and guidance to Maya in preparing for this day. My father-in-law, Mr. S.P. Natarajan, coordinated so much for us from India, and while he and my mother-in-law could not be here today, they are an integral part of today's event. My cousins Tyagarajan and Vijayarani were also instrumental in getting us many things needed from India at a moment's notice. Thanks to Vani and Shiva and Shubha for doing the shopping for us in India for costumes and other things. We are very grateful to the management here at the Egg who worked with us at every stage to make sure we had what we needed. Our stage designer, Subhashini Krishnamurthy, went above and beyond to get all the required clearances to ensure that the decorations met specifications. I'd like to thank Janaki for the wonderful makeup for Maya today. Thank you to our photo and videographer, Matthew Mancherel, for making sure today's performance is well documented so that we can cherish this day for years to come. Thanks to our Albany crew, Radhika, Maha, Kodi, Jiva, Nitya, Nini, Sendhu, Shalini, Sundar, among many others, who helps with setup for today and for the days leading up to today. They can always be counted on, even with last-minute notice. I want to give a special mention to Sirisha Nallamuthu, whose daughter Saranya performed her Arangetram in the same venue a few weeks ago. Sirisha meticulously planned not only that Arangetram, but provided much support and guidance to us in planning today's event. Now, to thank the most important person without whom we would not all be sitting here today, Maya's guru, Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan. The classical art form of Bharatanatyam has traversed through time and space for thousands of years only because of the contributions of gurus such as Srimati Kausalya, who has dedicated her life to this art form. Thank you, Kausalya, for accepting Maya as your student and nurturing her to this level. Apart from dance, you have taught her so many valuable lessons that she will carry with her throughout her life, and for that, Ravi and I will be eternally grateful. Thank you to our wonderful orchestra who came together at the last minute and worked together so well, encouraging Maya along the way and making changes necessary to provide the melodious music we have all been listening to this evening. Last, but certainly not least, I would like to thank all of you for making the time and effort to be here with us today, to shower your blessings and good wishes on Maya as she completes her Arangetram and begins her journey as a dancer. It means the world to Ravi and I that you could all be here today to share this momentous occasion in Maya's life. And now, Maya would like to thank the members of the orchestra who have made this a most memorable day for her. First, we would like to thank Guru Srimati Kausalya Srinivasan. At this time, I would like to invite my nieces Nitya, Malini, and Kavita, who were also former disciples of Srimati Kausalya. And there's a future little one who will be our next Arangetram in the family, Sonia Tadani. Next, we thank our vocalist, Sri Srijit Krishnan. Next, our female vocalist, Srimati Bhuma Nambirajan, who came together at the last minute and did such a wonderful job this evening. Next is our Miridangist, Sri Sriram N. Iyer, who played so many different instruments tonight. Next is our flutist, Sri Chetan Anand. Next, our violinist, Sri Pranav Swarup. And the newest addition to the team, but who provided such important contribution, Mr. Samskrit Sriram on the conch and special effects. Next, we'd like to honor our makeup artist, Ms. Janaki. We'd also like to honor our very own Radhika, who was up with us till 11:30 last night, making costume changes, and who has been very helpful today backstage. Last but certainly not least, Ravi, Maya, and I would like to thank the phenomenal MC tonight, my niece, Kavita Vijayshekar, from coming in from Omaha to serve as the Master of Ceremonies today. At this time, I'd like to invite Kavi back to the podium to introduce the Tilana and Mangalam. Thank you.
Maya actually is so overjoyed, she also would like to say a few words. So I'm going to invite our beautiful dancer up on the stage to address you all as well.
Welcome, distinguished guests, to my Bharatanatyam Arangetram. I am so blessed and overjoyed to spend this special occasion with all of you. Speaking on the process of preparing for this performance, I will candidly admit this has not been an easy task, especially with the emergence of a worldwide pandemic. Nevertheless, I was able to learn the dances you all saw here today over Zoom classes with Kausalya Auntie, Anupama Akka, and Smriti, who not only attended my online classes, but also sent many instructional videos that were integral in the preparation process. Kausalya Auntie has taught me many things beyond the realm of dance. She has inspired me with her passion for this art form, as well as her unwavering faith in God. In these past couple of months, I have learned so much about my religion through each respective dance piece, as well as parts of my native language of Tamil. I have been fortunate enough to learn dance from the same teacher as my older cousins, Nitya, Malini, and Kavita, who has wonderfully emceed this event and who has been like a big sister to me. Additionally, I would like to mention the outstanding orchestra members, Srijit Sir, Shri Ram Sir, Chetan Sir, Pranav Sir, Bhuma Auntie, and Samskrit. They have worked so hard with me and Kausalya Auntie for many hours, rehearsing this week to put together the program you saw here today. It has been a pure joy to listen to their music while practicing, which has really motivated me to do my best. I would not be the dancer I am today if it were not for the guidance and teachings of my initial dance teacher, Guru Bindya Sabrinath, with whom I previously learned this art form from the age of 6. This process has been a little easier if it had not been for my years of learning Carnatic music from my teacher, Guru Vidya Subramanian. Going through this process requires a great deal of concentration, determination, and strength, and I could not have done this without the utmost love and support from my family and friends. My main inspiration going through this process has been my grandmother, who I'm very fortunate to have with us today, Mrs. Rukmani Devarajan, whose kindness, selflessness, and strength have motivated me to perform at the best of my abilities. I'm certain that my grandfather, Dr. Odikadu Devarajan, is looking over us today and giving us his blessings. I would be remiss if I did not mention my aunts, Bhuvan Auntie, Jay Auntie, and Kals Auntie, who have spent tireless nights discussing the details and preparations for this event. I cannot forget to mention the multiple support calls from my uncle Tyagu Mama, who also has always believed in me. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and utmost support from both of my parents and my little brother Nakash, as well as my grandparents Natarajan Tata and Saroja Pati back home in India. I am confident that this experience will provide me with a positive outlook on the endeavors I pursue in life. Thank you. At this time, I would like to bring my teacher, Kausalya Srinivasan, to the podium.
Vanakkam. Sundare Sundari Sita, Sundare Sundari Katha. Sundare Sundari Lanka, Sundare Kimna Sundaram. What is not beautiful about the Ramayanam? It has survived for so many years and so many generations. And today, it is in the hands of such young people on stage who are so young. Maya is so young. The musicians there are so young. So this traditional art form is just going to be there for many, 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 many more years. You don't have to go to a grooming school or etiquette learning. This art form teaches you everything. How to respect elders, how to have a goal, a focus. That's why the whole repertoire, the Bharatanatyam repertoire, it's called the Margam. Margam means way, a path. So this shows the path in dance. It's not only for dance, it's for life also, it shows a path. That's why even the pieces, it goes in such a gradual order. It's very simple. Then there is introduction of facial expressions, abhinaya. Then comes the big centerpiece of a Bharatanatyam recital, the Varnam, which is colorful with jatis and swarams and music and drama, and you name it, it's there. And then you go to a much subtler of the 9 rasas, the Navarasa, you have expressions coming in the next few pieces. And last, it's the finale, the Tilana. And anything that we do in the Indian culture, in the Indian tradition, it's so auspicious. We start with Ganesha, who's the remover of obstacles, and then we thank, and with a Mangalam. This Indian culture, you don't have to go for any grooming school. This will automatically teach you everything. To respect elders, to respect yourself first, which is the need of the hour for all of us. So, and also it gives the little nuanced beauty, looking into details of anything that is art anywhere around the world. But the different languages, even the dance today, we had Tamil, Sanskrit, and we are going to have Manipravalam, and all these things, Telugu, in the Tilana. So all these things also exposes you to a different area, different vision. You call it culture, you call it tradition, you call it religion, you call it history, everything is there. When I was teaching Maya about the Puri Jagannath temple, many didn't know there is a place called Puri in India. So I just showed her. And the living tradition, it's not gone. Even today, if you go to Odisha, you will find the Puri Jagannath with all his glory, with Subhadra, Balabhadra, and Krishna there. And again, Srinivasa Thiruvengadamudi and Tirupati, which is again a living tradition. All these things you can correlate to anything that you want and just keep going. What more do we need for young students and youngsters more than this? At the same time, and these young people today have brought in Hindustani ragas and all. It's not, apart from the Varnam, which is in so many ragas, which are called the Gana ragas and the traditional South Indian ragas, we also have so many North Indian ragas. And there is so much of intermingling, exchange of ideas, which is the beauty. And I am so happy and proud today that Maya has been such a wonderful student for these 2 months and 10 days as of today. This girl is such a happy child. She would come to me always with a smile. And we will always have nice jokes. Quietly, we will be also doing our dance practices. And we had separate code words to just smile, but the whole process was such an enjoyable process. And she is so focused, so hardworking, and so enthusiastic, full of happy energy. This dance is just not going to be just dance, even in her education, her professional career, everything in life. To mingle with so many people who are just new to our team. We've not worked with any of them except for Booma earlier. Rest of all our team is new. But she just gelled with all of them so well. And I had the privilege of teaching Nitya, Malini, Kavi, and now Maya. Maya is, in fact, very, very special. Why? Because in 2002, when Nitya and Malini did their Arangetram, they wanted to see Maya as few days, I think 10 days old baby or something, and they took my permission and said, Auntie, we have to go and see that little baby today. And that time, Rukmini Auntie, she was there at Geeta and Ravi's house, and they still have the Nataraja there in that house. And Rukmini Auntie gave me this little Maya in my hand and said, Natarajar pakatla nillunga. They still have the picture. I don't know what vision she had. And after so many years today, with her blessings and her vision, that we are able to do this Arangetram with so many hardships. It's not a joke to just come during the pandemic, teach, and every time it was getting postponed, the kid will get very frustrated, and they all didn't go to college the first year and all that. I know how hard it is, but in spite of all that, it is only because of the vision of Rukmini Auntie. This long association doesn't stop here. I just cannot forget. என் நன்றி கொன்றார்க்கும் ஓய்வுண்டாம் ஓய்வில்லை செய் நன்றி கொன்ற மகற்கு. I cannot but not forget Bhuvan. This Bhuvaneshwari George, she said, கௌசல்யா, நீங்கள் எங்கள் பசங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்க அரங்கேற்றம் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி எங்கள் பசங்களுக்கும் உங்களை பிடிக்கணும், அப்போ தான் நாங்கள் அரங்கேற்றம் பண்ண முடியும். She said, both my daughters Nitya and Malini should like you. Then only you can do their arangetram. It's usually the teacher only decides whether to do it. That's what we said even in this, no? But it was the other way around in Nitya Malini's case, because Bhuvan was very clear. They should like you. If they like you, you will do their arangetram. So I think they liked me. Otherwise, I don't think they would have tolerated me for so many years. So it was a joy teaching them in 2002, and then 2007, Kavi, and today it's Maya. And all this is because of Rukmini Auntie and also Bhuvan's vision. At this point, I have to thank also Vijay Shekhar and Jaya, who also had confidence and put Kavi under my tutelage. And then now it's Ravi and Geet. To have someone at home is not easy at all. And to have a person like me, it's very hard. I'm excited. So high maintenance people are very hard, but today when you see the result, you just forget those things. What is the purpose of me teaching so many years? The art has to go to the next generation. Like the Johnny's apple seed, you just throw it everywhere, it just spreads. What more do I need? It's spread everywhere, within this family itself, and so many other families outside as well. And thanks to Ravi, Geet, and also this young boy, Nikash, who would be running to some tennis class or some class here and there and hearing our Katakuchi sound all the time. I don't think he really understood anything, and he was little, scared to even see my face. Some of the days he would just run when he saw me from somewhere. Oh, is this lady going to ask me some Indian culture or respect, something he'll be thinking. So he just ran away when he saw me. But he tolerated me all these 2 months. I really enjoyed this whole process. And I'm also very, very happy to have such a wonderful orchestra, Srijit Krishna, who was very accommodative when we gave him the songs last minute also, in spite of his work. He really helped us out with everything. And then our mridangist today, Sriram sir, who is very lively and friendly, and he will just come up with jokes like that. And so it will make even our tense moment very easy. You need people like that because it's always high stress. Oh, is she going to dance? Am I going to do this thalam right, this ragam right? Am I going to be presentable? All these things, stage lights, mics, with so many things. The team really helps. And this young flautist and violinist, Chetan Anand, always with a smile, and Pranav, always very quiet, but will send me messages. Do we come this time or go that time? Just one-liner, but in a very subtle way. Wonderful support and help with that side. And Sanskrit, with his conch, I was telling him, I would just just make a joke with him. So it was such a funny thing to just share these experiences. And another person who I cannot forget in my life is Nambi Rajan and Bhuma. They are always there. Whenever I come to the US, whether I visit other places or not, I will always go stay with them. And I will just rest for 2-3 days and go back to my country. They are always very nice. And again, she's also a student's mother. Srinidhi did her Arangetram back home in India the year 2008 under my school banner. So this big family I have here, and what more I need? I don't need anything. And also at this point, the first time in 1995, who got me entry into the United States is Mr. Nachimuthu Socrates, who is here today. I'm very thankful and grateful to him. He said, இந்த அம்மா இங்கிலீஷ் பேசுறாங்க எழுந்து ஆடி காமிப்பாங்க அதுதான் என் பொண்ணுக்கு வேணும் இங்கிலீஷ் பேசலைன்னா எங்க அழிச்சுன்னு வர முடியாது. That's what he said. You must speak English and you should be able to dance for his daughter's Arangetram in 1995. And so all these years of connection with this country, and just not connection and just going back, but every time spreading the art more, which is the purpose and goal I have to focus on. That's why through my Sunataka Trust, I teach the Irulars or the indigenous community back home in India, and I am waiting to do Arangetram for them, at least a few handful of them from that community. And that is how I want the art to be shared and spread to everyone. Thanks to my orchestra team and Srinidhi. I just called her Bhuma Namirajan's daughter for my back help support to run around and all that. So what a big family I have. I'm very, very grateful to each one of you. At this point, I have to really thank Kalyani Kedar for giving me such a nice treat yesterday, which is very personal to us, and also sharing some nice thoughts. It was wonderful to be with her for these past few days. I thoroughly enjoyed, and God bless Maya in all her endeavors, and thank you to one and all, and my love to Nitya, Malini, Kavita, Maya. Thank you.
Thank you, Kausalya Auntie, for those kind words. The recital concludes with a brilliant number of pure dance called the Tilana. The mridangist and the dancer play with rhythmic patterns and experiment with different tempos and beats to create intricate choreography that is further embellished with beautiful poses. These rhythmic patterns performed by the dancer and mridangist are called the Jugolbandi. The Sharanam is dedicated to Lord Krishna and highlights his beautiful eyes and lips and the melodious music from his flute. Maya will present Sri Balamurali Krishna's Tilana set in Ragam, Kadana Kudukalam, and Talam Adi. In the Mangalam that immediately follows the Tilana, Maya offers her thanks to the gods, her guru, the musicians, and to the audience. Today being an auspicious day, Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday, we are dedicating the Tilana and the Mangalam to Lord Krishna. The Mangalam will be tuned and sung by our flutist today, Sri Chetan Anand, in Ragam Dwajavanti. In addition, since it is the 75th year of the country's independence, we salute Mother India and pray for her prosperity with Vande Mataram by Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar. The Mangalam is in Ragam Desh and Talam Adi. It has been an absolute privilege to present this Arangetram of my dear cousin Maya Ravi to such an appreciative and gracious audience. I thank Geethanti and Ravi Mama, as well as my guru, for this opportunity, and thank you all for coming. Immediately followed the program, we invite all of you to join us for dinner. And now, the finale of the performance, the Tilana, followed by the Mangalam. Thank you.
tarikita jum tarikita jum tajanuta tarikita jum tajanuta tattarikita dagadagadi talangu dagadagadi dagadagadi talangu do dritatom
At this time, Kausalya Aunty will present Maya's diploma upon her completion of her Arangetram. Sure. And if members of the family would stay back for some pictures.
Okay. Everyone, yeah. The back.